Attack on Titan, an anime we all heard of before, a pop culture icon, one of the highest selling mangas of all time, and one of the biggest TV shows that have ever come out in recent memory. So yeah, Attack on Titan is very popular, and with creating a successful franchise has its blessings and problems as well. You may end up with people completely misinterpreting your story,
alt-righty in a way that
extremist fans, and just an overall really toxic community. And that just comes with being successful in general when it comes to the entertainment biz. But it's different with Attack on Titan. As someone that has watched this show ever since it came out back when I was 12 years old in 2013 and became a huge fan of the anime, I had the privilege to witness on how the stories and characters would evolve and change. At first glance, the story just started as your typical hype revenge story about an angry 15-year-old protagonist that just wants to kill all the Titans because his mom got eaten by one in front of his very eyes, which has some of the best animation and soundtrack that the anime genre has to offer. And then it evolved into a mass genocide, political warfare, and asking questions about our morality and if our beloved characters are fighting on the right side. But sadly enough, I had to witness the same thing with the Attack on Titan community as well, starting as your typical popular anime community with your typical toxic fans here and there, but then it evolved into something way worse. I mean, people are becoming Jaegerists, harassing the original creator, which is Isayama, harassing Mappa and the staff for implementing bad CGI. And did I forget to mention about the Jaegerist subreddit? So yeah, the fandom has evolved into something really terrible. And dare I say it's one of the most toxic communities I've ever been a part of. Up there with some of the worst. And it's honestly sad to see on how unbelievably hateful and toxic the fans are to Isayama and Mappa, and how that absolutely diverse and brutal this community can be. And that's why I'm making this video. I want to break down and document on how the fandom devolved into this. Did Isayama assassinate Attack on Titan's image? Or is the community just overreacting? We'll find out right now.
Are you f***ing crazy? With this schedule you gave us, we're not going to be able to finish it by 2020?
Nah, don't worry about it. If you put your mind to it, you'll be able to pull it.
Nah, shut the f*** up. Take Attack on Titan and give it to some other dumbass studio. Matter of fact, why don't you have Vinland Saga too? Fuck it, I don't give a f*** no more.
Yeah. Give Mappa a call.
That day, that's when everything changed.
The new Attack on Titan trailer has come out, and everybody was losing their minds. Little that they know, they're in for an unexpected change. You see, the trailer was pre-animated, a technique that's quite common in the anime industry. The reason why they use it is the way to garner more hype for the certain series that they're animating, and it worked for Attack on Titan, with little to no animation done during its actual production, and Mappa succeeded on exciting everyone. But sadly, when the finished product came out, some people felt scammed. You baited us in the trailer! Trash studio! That's it, that sets the deal. I'm no longer an Attack on Titan fan. As you can see, the CGI annoyed quite a lot of people. Even though season 4 was highly praised and talked about everywhere, it still had this stigma of controversy around it. So much to the point that the fans went out of their way to harass the animators that worked on this season. That's when I started to see the cracks in this community. That's when the fanbase ascended to a next level of toxicity and controversy. And I think you all know what I'm talking about. We're talking about the... I gotta tread lightly here. I don't want to get age restricted. So this specific part of the story has brought an interesting discussion across the anime community. Is Attack on Titan alt-right? And if you were paying attention to the story and have the reading comprehension of a third grader, then you would clearly understand it isn't endorsing it. Is fascist. You're true. Ah! Characters like Eren, the Jaegerists, and the Marlians are seen as villains. It's critical on violence, ethnic supremacy, hatred, war, and it's clearly not endorsing it. But sadly, some people have the reading comprehension of a fucking walnut, so it leads to arguments, video essays, and Reddits that are attempting to ruin Attack on Titan's reputation and label Isayama as a fascist. And it's to be expected, really. It's dealing with heavy topics and depictions that make people uncomfortable. So it's not surprising that people would react this way. Despite all the controversy and drama about the studio change, CGI, and alt-right stuff, Season 4 was highly praised, and it was one of the biggest shows to ever come out during that year. And dare I say, Attack on Titan reached its peak popularity-wise. And despite all of the hiccups and toxicity during its runtime, everybody was excited and pumped about how Isayama is going to end the story. And it's done. I can't wait to see what everybody's gonna say about it. This is a dream come. What the? Who are you? I've been reading this manga for 10 f***ing years just for Eren to be a cock? You made him into a f***ing pussy! What was it all for? Huh? Just please calm down, please. I'll tell you, you're misunderstanding the story. Come over. That's when everything went to shit. Every social media app was on fire. The My Anime List ratings for the Attack on Titan manga was plummeting. Everybody was kicking Attack on Titan out of their top 10 manga of all time. People are saying that this is the worst ending to a story that they have ever witnessed. And everybody was on Isayama's ass.
You fucking suck. You fucking failed us. You failed the whole Attack
Attacked their accounts, slandered them. I want to go to Japan and rough up Isayama for writing this BS ending to Attack on Titan. This is why Witch Studio dropped the anime. I would too if I found out the ending would be like this.
The ending isn't good. It's not good.
This is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen any character in any story ever say ever.
And I think it's safe to say, on that day, Attack on Titan was the most hated manga in the anime community. But was the ending really that bad? When I read the chapter for the first time, I hated it as well. And I would be lying by saying that the Attack on Titan stocks for me had not dropped a bit. But it still didn't ruin the story for me. The experience that I had with the Attack on Titan anime throughout most of my adolescence was something that I could never experience again with another anime, until I decided to reread the manga a couple of days after the ending. And when I got to the final chapter again, I realized that the ending is not bad. It was fine. And if anything, it just made me extremely sad that the Attack on Titan story is over.
Of the main character Eren to be more of a good guy. So in order to convince the readers of his intention and decisions, I really have to kind of steer the direction of the stories to make it very convincing. I still have I still have doubts within myself. Did I land it? I'm not even so sure, and I still struggle on this point, and I'm very sorry about that.
After this moment being caught on camera for the entire fandom to see, it opened my eyes on something that I, as an anime enjoyer, didn't realize. I think us as anime and manga enjoyers tend to forget that the authors of these mangas that we criticize see what we say about their mangas online. We forget that these authors are people. People that put years of blood, sweat, and tears into this story just for us to shit on it. They see every comment, every hateful and downright brutal things us as fans say about their story, and I appreciate the stories that these authors have given us. I'm not saying that you're not allowed to criticize their stories. What I'm trying to say is, an author like Hajime Isayama, who has become one of the most impactful authors of the modern anime manga community, deserves respect. And at the end of the day, Attack on Titan as a story has successfully impacted so many lives and brought anime to the mainstream audience. Whether you like the ending or not, you can't take that away from him. Despite the negative reception of the manga fans, the anime's adaptation of the ending received such an overwhelmingly positive reception, and I'm very happy for that, and hopeful that Isayama feels proud of his work and feels more confident about the ending that he has made. Attack on Titan is one of my favorite stories of all time, and is all thanks to Hajime Isayama. Fuck all the sentimental shit. It doesn't matter if the anime adaptation did a good job or not. The ending still fucking sucks. Hey, if you feel that way, that's completely fine. Everybody has a difference in the— Get the fuck off the stage, man! Let's fucking go, baby! Let's fucking go! What did I just watch?
Girls look better in a real tight sweater. 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 Tight sweater, tight sweater, tight sweater, tight sweater, tight sweater, tight sweater. Girls look better in a real tight sweater. Girls look